Hello, and thank you for taking time to watch this video. Now in today's video, I'm going to be catching up and I'm going to be moving on. I'm Gang Gang, welcome to the channel, Gang Gang and Peanut, two peas in a pod. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about today is to have a little catch up on the various challenges that we're all taking part in. And the first one is the chilli challenge, the challenge for the longest chilli, being organised by Jason at Allotment of the Dead. And I'll put a link to Jason's channel in the description of this video. Let me show you my chillies at the moment. So here they are, and I'm quite pleased with them. These are the Joe's Long, which I'm growing for the longest chilli challenge, and they've been quite happy sitting in my Vitopod in the light, in the heat, and they're doing quite well. And it won't be long before I pot these on into individual pots, and hopefully they'll go into some really nice chilli plants. I do have one or two others which are not part of the challenge, and I'm also looking forward to see how they turn out. I also recently sowed some aubergines and some various peppers, and they're all in the Vitopod in the greenhouse, and they're doing quite well. So that's a little catch up on the chillies. And the other thing I wanted to catch up was on the tomatoes. Now, another catch up is a catch up on the tastiest tomato grow along 25. And I recently put up a video in which I offered seeds to anybody that wanted to join in, and lots of you have said you would like the seeds, and that's fantastic. Now, most of the seeds I have gone. I do still have a few, although one or two I don't have any. Now, if you've got your seeds, that's fantastic. If you haven't got your seeds, I still have one or two to post out, but they are all on their way or should be with you now or very shortly. I will be sowing my seeds over the next week or two, but remember to choose the right time to sow the seeds based on your last frost date, where you live, and whether you're growing them inside or outside, with lights or without lights, with heat or without heat. Quite a bit to remember, but I'm sure you guys can work it out. So another catch up on a challenge is a challenge that's new to me this year, and that is the single seed potato challenge 2025. And that's been organised by Steve at Digwell Greenfingers. I'll put a link to Steve's site in the description below. I've never taken part in it before, and my understanding is we all receive one seed potato, and we have to get as many potatoes from that one as possible. And I believe there's a prize for the heaviest weights and also the biggest potato. I could be wrong. Anyway, pop over to Steve's channel and have a look. It should be good fun. And obviously, as this challenge progresses, I'll be showing you how I'm getting along. It could be a tough one. Now, another challenge that I'm taking part in, and one that has quite a few people that are taking part from the UK and overseas, is the one that's been organised by Pete, and that is the Giant Onion Growing Challenge 24-25. And this has been organised by Pete Trenuth, and I will put a link to Pete's channel in the description. Now, these onions, these giant onions, I started off from seed back in early November, and they've been outside in my greenhouse, living in my new Vitopod, which I got myself as a Christmas present, and I'm really pleased with it. However, these tiny seeds that become tiny seedlings that have now become much bigger plants, despite me putting another layer on the Vitopod, these onions, they've outgrown the Vitopod. So, they're on the move. Now, the giant onions, they are becoming giant, at least they're getting quite tall. And they've outgrown the Vitopod, as I said, and I wasn't really sure what my next move would be until I watched the video by Duncan at Coastal Gardens NW. I'll put a link to Duncan's channel in the description as well. and he was looking at a new grow tent setup. So I thought, what a good idea. And this is what I done. So that's the grow tent setup. Now I'm not sure if I've set it up completely right or completely wrong. If you've got experience with grow tents, and as I know one or two of you have, and the fans and the lights and the heat extraction and all that complicated stuff, if you've got any ideas or if you've watched this video and I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. I am looking for any advice. And we'll see how the onions do in that grow tent. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. I'm Gang Gang. This is Gang Gang and Peanuts, 2 peas in a pod. And as ever, until next time, take care. Bye.